In a world where power is measured not just by strength, but by the legends who wield it, two names towered above the rest: Mike Tyson and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. They were icons born from different eras, molded by different fires, yet destined to meet in a clash that would shake the cinematic universe to its core. Tyson, the once feared force of the ring, was known for his unmatched explosiveness and the aura that followed him, the presence of someone who had conquered both triumph and tragedy. A new underground organization, one shrouded in wealth, mystery, and dangerous ambition, had risen, known only as The Pillar. Its influence reached across continents, pulling in warriors, champions, soldiers, and fighters from every corner of the globe. The organization specialized in creating high-stakes, cinematic-style combat spectacles where the world's strongest titans were pitted against each other for reasons far deeper than entertainment. When Tyson was approached with an offer to face The Rock in a controlled cinematic combat event, half performance, half raw challenge, he accepted with a spark of curiosity. The Rock agreed for reasons of his own: a mission, a threat, and a secret tied to the pillar. Neither man expected what came next. Neither man expected to be part of something far bigger than a match. Mike Tyson didn't scare easily, not at his age, not after all he'd lived through, but something about the letter unnerved him. It was delivered by hand, carried by a silent man in a black suit who disappeared before Tyson could ask a question. The envelope was thick, sealed with a symbol resembling four vertical pillars forming a diamond. Inside was a single message: a challenge awaits, a titan worthy of your presence. The world watches from the shadows. Accept, and you'll find the answers you've been seeking. Tyson scoffed, half amused, half insulted. Why would anyone think he needed answers from a match, even a staged one, against a movie star? But he felt an old fire flicker inside him. A test, a thrill, a way to feel alive in a world that had grown too quiet. He accepted. Meanwhile, on a remote island compound, The Rock stood before the towering headquarters of the Pillar. He wasn't there for entertainment, he was there on a mission. Intelligence agencies had discovered the Pillar's involvement in illegal tech trafficking. The Rock, having built a reputation as both actor and covert consultant for global security groups, was sent to infiltrate the event. But when he saw Tyson's name on the roster, he paused. "This won't be simple," he muttered, because a match between them wasn't. The arena wasn't a stadium, it wasn't even indoors. It was carved out of a cliffside overlooking a stormy ocean, illuminated by towering floodlights. Thousands of elite spectators filled the stands, each having paid fortunes to witness the event. But below the surface, inside the metallic corridors of the underground complex, Tyson and The Rock were arriving separately, unaware of the deeper plot surrounding them. Tyson walked through the metal halls with quiet confidence. Age had changed him, but not softened him. His steps were purposeful, his gaze sharp. Assistants and security personnel stepped aside as he passed. The Rock arrived with steady, calculated composure, wearing tactical gear disguised as sportswear. His eyes scanned everything: the hallways, the structural layout, the guards' movements. He wasn't just preparing for a match. He was analyzing an enemy fortress. When the two men finally crossed paths in a preparation chamber, the tension was instant. Tyson tilted his head, studying The Rock. The Rock offered a respectful nod. "No hard feelings?" The Rock asked calmly. Tyson smirked. "Hard feelings make the best fights." Their handshake was firm, two titans acknowledging each other. Then alarms sounded. The Pillar had begun the event early, not for honor, not for sport, but because the organization wanted them both trapped. The arena roared as both men entered from opposite sides. Cameras swept across the carved stone battlefield, a ring without ropes, surrounded by elevated platforms, giving the impression of a cinematic combat stage. Tyson bounced lightly on his toes. Even now, his movements were sharp, controlled yet explosive. The Rock squared his stance, rolling his shoulders. He wasn't underestimating Tyson for a second. The announcer's voice echoed through the arena. "A battle of legends. Mike Tyson versus The Rock." The crowd rose to its feet. A single bell chimed. Tyson moved first. He closed the distance with surprising speed, testing The Rock with short, probing strikes, fast, controlled jabs meant to gauge reaction. The Rock deflected them, stepping back with disciplined footwork, his movements more like a trained action hero's combat choreography than a boxer's. But his precision was real. Tyson increased pressure. Two jabs, a body feint, then a light hook aimed at The Rock's guard. The audience gasped at his speed. The Rock responded with a sudden forward drive, using controlled force to push Tyson off balance for just a moment. The two separated. The arena buzzed. Then Tyson smiled. "Not bad," he said. The Rock nodded. "You're fast. Always been fast." They circled, two icons learning each other's rhythm. But as the clash continued, neither man realized something was wrong. Above the arena, hidden surveillance drones weren't just recording the match. They were scanning them, collecting biometric data for a weaponized project. And the Pillar wanted the data no matter what happened in the fight. Halfway through the second round, the lights flickered. The Rock stopped. Tyson lowered his stance. "What is that?" Tyson muttered. The drone shifted formation, hovering unnaturally close. The crowd murmured. Then the announcer's voice cut out mid-sentence. The Rock looked up, instincts firing. "Tyson, move!" A drone dipped sharply toward Tyson. The Rock lunged, knocking Tyson aside just before a burst of sparks erupted. The arena fell into chaos. The spectators screamed. Guards rushed in. The Pillar's emblem glowed across the screens. This wasn't an accident. This was a trap. The Rock pulled Tyson to his feet. "You knew something was going on?" Tyson demanded. "I knew the Pillar was dirty. Didn't expect this." Tyson cracked his neck. "So we're in trouble. Big trouble." The drones locked onto them again. Tyson clenched his fists. "Then let's fight our way out." The Rock grinned. "Now you're talking." They moved in sync, an unlikely partnership forged under pressure. Drone swarms descended. Tyson ducked under the first one, delivering a controlled strike that knocked it off course without harming himself. The Rock leapt toward another drone, grabbing it and slamming it into the ground in a burst of metal fragments. The crowd thought it was part of the show, until the drones targeted the spectators too. Panic erupted. The Rock looked around. "We need to shut down the command system." Tyson pointed toward a fortified control tower overlooking the arena. "Up there!" Guards swarmed the lower platforms. Tyson and The Rock fought their way upward, using their skills without going beyond safe, controlled impacts. The Rock using momentum and leverage, Tyson using precision. No gore, no brutality, just smart, tactical combat. They reached the tower doors, locked. The Rock inhaled sharply. "You ready to break it?" Tyson smirked. "I was born ready." With combined force, they pushed until the doors gave way. Inside was the mastermind, a tall, silver-haired man in a tailored suit, the prime director of the Pillar. The director welcomed them with a calm smile, unfazed by the chaos. "I told them," he said softly, "that even legends can be controlled, but you two, you exceeded the parameters." The Rock advanced cautiously. "What do you want?" "Power," the director answered, "and to build the perfect combat prototype, your speed, Mr. Tyson. Your strategic durability, Mr. Johnson, combined into a single artificial asset." Tyson frowned. "You want to make some kind of fighter robot?" "A super soldier," the director corrected. "A weaponized replica." Tyson shook his head. "Nah, that's crazy." The director raised a tablet. Data from their match streamed across the screen. "You've already given me what I need." The Rock stepped forward, voice firm. "Shut it down. Now." The director laughed. The arena floor split open, revealing a rising platform. On it stood a towering combat android, built with the combined data of both men's movements. Tyson stared. "Is that supposed to be us? Your perfected successor," the director said proudly. The android activated. The Rock exhaled. "Tyson, you up for round two?" Tyson tightened his fists. "Let's knock this thing out." The android attacked with uncanny speed, combining Tyson-like footwork and Rock-like force. It swung controlled, heavy strikes that forced both men to dodge. Tyson moved first, darting in, testing angles, using sharp jabs to distract the machine. The Rock took advantage of every opening, grabbing, redirecting, using leverage to disrupt its balance. But the android adapted, too quickly. It learned from each move. Tyson backed away, breathing steadily. "It's copying us." The Rock nodded. This time, Tyson shifted unpredictably, mixing feints with footwork the machine hadn't recorded. The Rock followed suit, using momentum in irregular patterns. The android grew confused. Tyson darted behind it. "Now!" The Rock charged, tackling the android into a generator panel. Sparks erupted, not harmful, but enough to shut the machine down temporarily. The director screamed, "No! It was perfect!" Tyson shook his head. Nothing perfect about trying to replace people. The Rock grabbed the director's tablet, smashing it into pieces. "Show's over." But alarms blared. Explosive charges began arming across the compound. The director triggered a failsafe. The island was going to self-destruct. "Move!" The Rock shouted. They sprinted through collapsing corridors as security systems malfunctioned. Fire suppression foam burst from ceilings, drones crashed erratically, and metal structures groaned. Tyson kept pace with surprising endurance. Man, I didn't sign up for all this. You handled it pretty well, The Rock shouted back. They reached an evacuation lift, but it jammed. Tyson punched the panel. We're not dying here. The Rock forced the doors open manually. The two men climbed the shaft, emerging onto an exterior catwalk overlooking the ocean. Helicopters lifted off in the distance, but theirs was gone. Then Tyson spotted something below, a cargo transport boat drifting near the base. That's our ride. They descended a maintenance ladder as explosions rippled across the island. The boat rocked from shockwaves, but they managed to climb aboard as the island compound collapsed behind them. The Rock steered the boat away. Tyson sat back, exhausted, but alive. I thought this was going to be a simple match. The Rock laughed. With our names? Nothing simple. The island erupted in a massive plume of smoke, but the world was safe, for now. Hours later, as the boat approached the mainland, the adrenaline faded. Tyson looked at The Rock. You fight good. Not boxer good, but good. The Rock smirked. You're still one of the fastest I've ever seen. Tyson nodded, appreciating the respect. You think they're going to try this again? Tyson asked. No, The Rock replied confidently. Not after what we stopped. Tyson leaned back. The Rock raised an eyebrow. You want a rematch? Tyson grinned. Nah, I just want to know who would have won. The Rock laughed. Guess the world will never know. But deep down, both men knew. The true victory wasn't beating each other. It was stopping something far greater. And even legends can become heroes when the world needs them. And that wraps up an incredible, action-packed tale of two of the world's greatest legends. Who would have thought that Mike Tyson and The Rock would team up to save the world from a nefarious organization's plans? It was a thrill from start to finish. Thanks for joining us on this wild ride, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tales of bravery, strength, and adventure. Stay tuned for what's coming next. You won't